Hey guys, today we're going to be going over videos of people celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, trying to justify and say it's okay, as well as people losing their jobs, people brainwashing their children, as well as just people showing that they're batshit insane. But before we get into that, I want to say it's a true tragedy of what happened to Charlie Kirk. He did not deserve that. My condolences to his family. Alright, going into this first video, this was posted by Lizzie Page over on Instagram. She goes by she, her pronoun. She, her, hers pronoun. And honestly, she just has a really delusional take. But here we go.
After yesterday and all of the drama, want to reiterate that it is not wrong or unethical or unkind to laugh at the misfortunes of terrible people. That Charlie Kirk incited violence. That's what he did. And then that came back to haunt him. That was his decision. So it's got nothing to do with the people who are laughing and joking about him becoming a human water fountain.
Sorry, I gotta pause the video for a second. She makes a joke about him being a human water fountain. That is fucked up. It's not funny. It's not right. We should not be encouraging people killing people. We shouldn't. But here people are, saying it's alright to celebrate their death. And also, she says he incites violence. I've looked for articles or anything about that. I have found nothing, but the only thing I have found is he has quoted the Bible. About like some violence they've had in the Bible, but that's not him inciting violence. Alright. Alright, let's get back to the video.
If you want some perspective, I would strongly recommend this book. If you haven't already read it, it's not even that long, but it's really insightful and helpful to understand why it's so important for us to be able to laugh in the face of terrible things. I think we're all beginning to understand that Fuhrer Netanyahu was never going to stop at Palestine, that none of this was our fault, because nobody could have predicted what he was doing. He was playing a game of chess, and none of us knew that he was playing that game of chess. It's not our fault. And some people are culpable, and some people were pawns in that whole game. We were the pawns. We didn't know what the big picture was. Take some diversions, get away from things, art, literature, movies, sports, architecture, travel, all of those things. If you can get them, take them, because we need that right now. This is how we survive.
I'm going to put it short and simple. I don't agree with this woman. I don't agree with her take. I don't believe Charlie Kirk deserved what he got. I hope we can find a way through this. I'm going to show a video of this guy completely disrespecting the Charlie Kirk Memorial. See, this is just disgraceful. The reports I've seen, though, have said he has been arrested for vandalism. And rightfully so. It's just so disgraceful that people like this have no sympathy. What I'll be showing next is just some unpinched people that have been terminated from their jobs because they had to speak out online about how they are so happy that Charlie Kirk
They
is dead.
um and told me that they could either fire me or I could put a resignation in, but that would look better. But they fired me, or they're getting rid of me because of my TikTok. Somebody screenshot a lot of my TikToks, and
I made some stupid comments about Charlie Kirk on the day that he was shot. I said some things on Blue Sky and on Threads that I'm sorry, not sorry for, but I said them and I deleted them when it was requested that I do so by my employer. And then today on a weekend, On a weekend, I'm told that I am no longer employed at Microsoft. After 6 years, building the diversity, equity, and inclusion department from scratch, I lose my job because one of you, some random person, reports my posts to my employer, goes out of their way to find out where I work, and takes my job, takes my security away from me for a thought, for an opinion. And you talk about freedom of speech like you care about it, and you're just going to take my money, my life, my food off my plate because I don't like Charlie Kirk? That's not okay. It is not okay to target me because I felt joy that day. I can't help how I feel. I felt joy. That's me. That's what I believe. That's what I think of him. I can't help that. So I don't deserve a job? You fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my fucking job. Now I have nothing but this. I have nothing but this website. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. Ah! 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 Ah!
Alright, that was the video. These people are really just unhinged, crazy, like they expect no repercussions. You know, like if you're happy that Charlie Kirk died, honestly, I don't care. But you should not post it on the internet. You shouldn't voice it like, oh, I'm so happy he just dead. If you're happy with it, keep it to yourself, because none of us want to hear it. Honestly, it pisses people off to hear. It pisses me off to hear. I don't celebrate people's death like that. If somebody was shot and died on the left, I wouldn't celebrate their death. I feel bad. I'm like, because an innocent person died, or yeah, an innocent person died. Like, they didn't deserve it. And the next video is of two little girls that are basically being brainwashed. It looks like. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a joke parody or not, but if it's not a joke and this is like legitimate, this is like what they find to be good news and all that, I honestly question where we're going as a country.
I have the best news ever.
What? Donald Trump died?
Second best news.
The vice president died?
Okay, third best news.
That Elon Musk died?
Okay, no. Nobody died. My best friend's getting married.
Which one is it?
Taylor Swift! Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged!
Honestly, this is awful. After you just saw this video, like, honestly, CPS or something like that should be getting involved. This is basically brainwashing the youth, in my opinion, to think it's alright to kill people just because you disagree with them. Just because you don't like them. It's okay to wish harm upon them. It's not okay. We really should not be encouraging this to our youth, the next generation. Like, what the fuck are we doing? This next clip is the final clip that I'm going to be showing. This is to address people calling Charlie Kirk a racist. I want to point out he is not a racist. It's because people have been saying that's because he was against some parts of the Civil Act of 1964. It is, with context, it shows he was against parts of it, because how broadly it is written. It is written in a way where, well, to be frankly honest, it's not written very well. You just really need to see the clip.
You've condemned the Civil Rights Act of 1964 as a huge mistake.
Correct.
Why do you believe it was a mistake to pass anti-discrimination legislation? And what do you think would be better policy for being treated fairly and equally, which you see as an American principle?
Yeah, nothing against the intent, but it was too broadly written and it played into something called disparate impact. Disparate impact was woven within the the Civil Rights Act, and disparate impact basically says if two racial groups have different outcomes, the answer must be racism. It does not allow any legal nuance. So there are 4 components to, quote-unquote, the anti-racist regime of America. I don't pretend to know what goes on in this country. I could just talk about America. I'm sure that's fine. And it's 4 components: affirmative action, critical race theory, DEI, and disparate impact. Those are the kind of the 4 components. All of them have their subsection. The Civil Rights Act led the way to affirmative action, which is weaponized, quote-unquote, reverse racism against Asian and white people. And the Civil Rights Act also blazed the trail for disparate impact as a legal theory, basically saying that if black Americans are doing worse in a group, it might not be because of marital differences or cultural differences or single motherhood issues. It must be racism. And so because of that, the Civil Rights Act was too broadly written. So the intent, it should have been a single page or a 2-page bill to say that you cannot discriminate against based on the color of somebody's skin, period, end of story. Instead, we get a multiple 100-page bill with lots of chapters and lots of lesser-known amendments that created basically a permanent anti-racist bureaucracy within our federal government to go find racism where it doesn't exist and create it in new places where otherwise did not exist.
So that's the clip. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. But going forward, this is just going to be my finishing statements. I really hope that we can find a middle ground. We should not be fighting with it. We should not be fighting as much as we do. The left should not hate the right, and the right should not hate the left. But we are getting to a point where, honestly, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what's going to happen. I'm afraid we're going to see more people die for no good reason. Like, no true good reason. And I know some people will say, well, Charlie was a fascist or some shit like that. But the fact is he wasn't. Just like with how people try to mark Asmongold as a neo-Nazi and a fascist. He's not. He's not any of these things. Neither is Charlie. Just because you disagree with the person does not make them these things. You keep claiming these words. Keep using these words. You're wasting the meaning to the point where they mean nothing. They should be reserved for actual bad people. But here we are, using them against just everyday people, expressing their opinion that the mass majority do have. I hope we can reach a middle ground. I very much appreciate it. For those of y'all still around, I would like to do a moment of silence, if y'all would be so kind to stick around, just for a moment. Thank you very much, guys. I hope y'all have a blessed day. And I'll catch y'all next time.